11825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Babes and Badges podcast. My name is Nancy.
And my name's Vanessa.
We're two best friends who decided to create a podcast together.
Being a wife to a law enforcement officer comes with a lot of unseen moments. And in this podcast, we will talk about the realities of that life, friendship, motherhood, and everything in between.
So let's chat and come right along with us. Our second podcast.
Yes, episode 2.
Yes.
Super excited.
We hope, because we're going to be filming these a little bit and then we'll release them. Fingers crossed. Our first one went well.
What is our topic for this episode?
So I think our topic should be talking about friendships. Friendships in the, quote, civilian world and in our husband's world. We should talk a little bit about maybe how our friendship flourished. I remember we were at our friend's house. You brought baby Rocky. And then after that, I think I invited you to Natalia's party. And then,
Oh, yeah, we hung out at this. It was like Super Bowl, remember?
Oh,
So I still have
right.
pictures.
Yes.
So I think Natalia's party was first. Wasn't it?
Yes, because
Yes.
she's born January, and
So-
then Super Bowl is usually February.
That same friend is friends with our
Yeah.
husbands because he's also in law enforcement, so that kind of
Mhm.
just goes together. And after that, we just, started seeing each other a lot. Like we spoke in the last episode, our kids go to the same school. They were going
Yeah.
to the same daycare.
I feel like I
School.
bonded really easily with you,
Mhm.
though. Like, I felt like the conversations flowed. Obviously I had friendships in high school, but then
Mhm.
they kind of dwindled out after life happens. And I felt like it was hard to make friendships. So then when I would get out there and my husband would be like, yeah, go and hang out with her. And I'd be like,
Mhm.
ugh, what if she doesn't like me? Or what if I don't like her? But I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad of our new friendship.
Now we're starting this, so that's
Yeah.
going to bring us closer. Are you close to any of the other Leo wives?
So yes, I have one, which is our friend Ashley, which we're both kind of
yeah,
close
that's
with.
true. We're both really close to Ashley.
Not to put her business out there, but she used to be a stay-at-home. I feel like we would hang out a lot more, but now
Okay.
since she's a working, not independent woman, but still independent woman,
Yes.
we don't see her that much. But yes, I am close to
Yes.
her. But I have met quite a few, and they're very sweet, very nice. But I haven't had a chance to develop my relationships further. What about you?
Just you and Ashley as well. I don't really know some of the wives,
Mhm.
the other wives that work with our husbands in
Mhm.
those departments. He does have his close friends that his wives will come around, like they'll come over, we'll go and eat. But by ourselves, kind of hang out, not really, not
Mhm.
yet. Also, when Rocky worked at his last department, I think because we were younger and we didn't have kids,
Yeah.
everyone at that department hung out and we were all very close, very different from now.
Yeah.
And I also think it goes back to because back there, Rocky was just a regular patrol officer.
Mhm.
Now he holds like an administration position. It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to be friends.
Do you think that the rank right now, that the rank that he has is a little bit harder?
Yes, I do think it is a lot harder for me to make friends with
Mhm.
Rocky holds that position because we don't really hang out with a lot of
Yeah.
the regular.
Yeah, because who wants to hang out with a teacher?
Yeah, that's what I tell Rocky. I'm like, nobody wants to hang out with their boss,
Yeah.
But back at his old apartment, we were all really close, and the
Mhm.
wives were really close, and we would hang out even without the husband sometimes, and it was really nice at first, but then it became a little bit too much.
How so?
It was just a one person, but she was the person that we hung out with the most because her husband really wanted us to be friends. So like he
Mhm.
really pushed for it. And at first it was okay. I don't know how to explain it, but it was almost like a competition
Okay.
with the guys, but like it was coming from her. But crazy thing also is that I almost felt like she was attracted to Rocky in a
Mhm.
way, and that's when I had cut her
Oh,
off.
she wanted your man.
Yeah.
Oof.
It would just be us.
Mhm.
Started lying to her about things Rocky would do. He would sound kind of like, ugh, a bad husband. You know what I mean?
Is it like a bad husband to you, or just a bad
Yes.
husband
I would
in
say
general?
things, and let's say Rocky forgot to do this, or he didn't do this, or he didn't, whatever.
Mhm.
And if it was like a level 2 type of situation, I would make it like an 8. And I don't know why I felt like I needed to do that when I was around her. And I told Rocky that, right? Like, I started lying to her about you because I feel like she's attracted to you, or like she wants you. And he was upset. He
That
was
you
like
were lying?
about him, making him seem like
Okay.
a bad husband.
How did he feel when you were, because a lot of the times I feel like guys are like, you're crazy. She's not, wanting me. How did he feel?
So yes, he kind of said, "Babe, no,
It's not the
she's married
case.
to." They weren't married.
Why do they always say that? She's married and then, or she's pregnant or she has
She's
kids.
with, yes.
Yes, and it's
They
like
weren't
that
married yet.
that doesn't stop them.
Yes, they weren't married yet. They were together.
Mm.
And I was like, no, I have this crazy feeling. And let me tell you, when it
Women's
started,
women's
yes,
intuition
yes.
is 100% real.
So I'm not friends with this girl at all anymore. It's been like 6 years now. It started off by just little things. Like, started noticing her, saying stuff about Rocky, mentioning stuff like, oh, he's such a good husband and he really knows what he wants. Just things like that. And I was like, And so that's when I started lying. And then I told Rocky about it. He was like, that he was upset because he was like, don't do that. Also, like, maybe just stop hanging out with her. Yeah. One day, because I worked at Walmart and my hours from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I worked like long shift. And he was like, hey, this person and his wife want to go get drinks at the bar in town. And I was like, oh, okay, that's perfect. Like, I can go there after work, when I get off. And he was like, yeah, they say they'll pick me up so we can ride back together. Perfect. So I text him. I'm like, hey, did you make it to the bar? And he was like, yeah, she's picking me up. And I was like, where's blank, her husband? And tell me why. He told me she dropped him off at the bar and then went to go pick him up.
That's odd.
That's very odd. I barely spoke that night because I was pissed. I was
Wait,
like,
but did he go? Did Rocky go?
yes, because he's also dumb, because he's just like, I'm just like, why did her husband even allow that?
Yeah, that is very odd. Did Rocky ever tell you like how the ride was?
Yeah, I asked him that night. He was like, she was just fine. Like, they just talked. Because I mean, like, we're all friends, so it's not awkward. You know what I mean? But it was just very weird, the move.
Do you wish that you would have like confronted her?
Not in that situation. I'm okay that I didn't, because later I did. A couple months later, we go to San Antonio. Rocky and I, we have no kids. He's off, so we like to go to the club or whatever. We got a hotel, and then he was like, oh, let's, maybe invite some friends. So we invite them. So it's us four. And we get drinks, we go to the bar. Our Uber comes to pick us up. And I remember specifically, we're all getting in the car, but her husband starts walking off. And I was like, hey, like, our Uber's like leaving, come on. Their fight started there.
Okay.
Somehow we were able to get in the car. We go to the hotel. They're arguing because we stayed like at a motel.
Right.
So you can see the parking lot from like the balcony. I'm trying to get them to come inside. Rocky's like, just leave them. That's their fight. She was like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go back home, which was like an hour and a half away. And then I was like, no, you can't leave because you're drunk. And then also you can hurt someone else on the road, because like we're on the highway. We're in San Antonio. And the manager ends up kicking them out.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. But this whole time I was trying to get them to come in. I was trying to talk to her, trying to calm her down. Rocky was literally like asleep in the bed. Like, he didn't care.
He did not care.
No, he was trying to get me to just leave them alone. But anyways, so they get kicked out. They sober up and they have to leave. So they just drove back home. The next day, Rocky and I are getting ready. Like, we're about to check out. And Rocky gets a text and he was like, oh, she texted me and the message was like this long. She was like, I'm so sorry for ruining y'all's night.
Okay.
Like, the guy, I think she was like, y'all's night. She was like, it was all my fault because she was bringing up. But this is not a group message between the three of y'all. This is just and Rocky. For him. I was like, okay, like, that's a little weird, but. And then my phone goes off. So I'm like, oh, there's my apology text. So I open it and it's like, hey, did I forget my shoes? Yeah. And then I was pissed. Yes.
Either this girl has no social awareness or she was plotting hard.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, everybody wants my man, but I honestly think she did. And now that I'm saying this to you out loud, I know some people might think, oh, well, maybe her and Rocky were talking or something because, why would he get in the car with her? Or why would she feel comfortable texting him?
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't that
Mhm.
situation. I think it very much was just her.
Like a one way?
Yes,
Okay.
very much. Once I expressed it to Rocky, that I was like, no, I think
But
she's interested in you.
before you expressed it to Rocky, was there a friendship, an actual friendship? Because we can go back to like how our friendship is with John and Ashley.
Mhm.
Because our relationship with them is very close.
Yes.
So, do you think that that's how the relationship was between her and him? And then maybe she was like, maybe this is my way in, when she heard that, hey, Rocky didn't pick up his freaking shoes again. He's just like the worst husband
Mhm.
ever. Do you think that maybe she felt like she doesn't deserve him?
I think
And
so,
I do.
because that's when it happened. I started lying about him and exaggerating
Mhm.
our little argument is when it started happening.
Mhm.
And the first red flag was when she dropped her
Husband.
boyfriend off
Or
at the
boyfriend.
time at the bar and then went and picked him up.
Mhm.
Like, you're already in the car, just pick him up. You know what I mean? That's just but anyways, I texted her a few days later and I was like, can we meet for lunch? Because I need to talk to you about something. And I did tell her how I felt. I've never experienced this with another woman
As a friend.
as a friend.
Right.
And she didn't become my friend naturally because I made a lot of friends when we moved there. We didn't know anybody, but because I worked at Walmart
Mhm.
and they were like, my friends. I didn't meet them because of Rocky and his job. Her, I did. And at first it was fine. We hit it off great. And then it started changing. I know that he had a different girlfriend
Mhm.
when we first met him.
The guy.
The guy.
Okay.
So when we first met him, he had a different girlfriend.
Right.
Then he left her and met
Mhm.
the new girl. So we did go from a change from like this girl to this girl.
Mhm.
And yeah, he was really pushing for us to become friends and whatever. I was down for it at the time. And then she just somehow, to me, she crossed the line just
Right.
because
Yeah.
you're getting too close.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of like you're doing too much
Yeah.
type of line. Like
Yes.
but it's one
Oh,
of those moments
yes.
that it's just kind of like you see it and
Mhm.
maybe nobody else sees it, and especially a man doesn't see it because
Yes.
for some reason they're blind
Yes.
to that.
And she also started during this time, like we would go out to dinner or
Mhm.
something, and she would talk about sexual things.
Ooh, I hate
And
that.
yes, oh my God, I hate it.
I get very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I feel like I'm a silly person. I can haha hee hee with you, but I don't want to talk about that stuff with you.
Exactly.
Like,
Or especially around friends. Anyways, so she would start talking sexually or
oh my
say like,
goodness.
yeah, and it wasn't like super hardcore, but it
Yeah.
was enough to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, she was
He
testing the
knows.
waters for sure.
Exactly, for sure.
Do you know how long they were together and then they got married? Because you said that they're husband and wife now, right?
Not even a year.
And then they got married.
Yes. So this is just to add. Um, Rocky and I got married on a Thursday. Did you know Rocky and I got married on a Thursday?
No, but Jahari and I
Yes.
got married on a Friday.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
We got married on a Thursday in December because the venue we wanted on Saturday was super expensive.
Right.
And she was like, Friday is cheaper. So we were like, let's do Friday, but it was booked. And she
Oh,
was like,
okay.
you could do Thursday and it's cheaper. And I was like, yeah, we could do it. It was during the Christmas holiday.
I mean, if people love you enough, they'll make time.
6 months later, they start talking about getting married. No, like 4 months later, because they got married 6 months later. And we were at dinner and she was like, we're getting married on a Thursday. And I was like, why?
Maybe she was obsessed with you. Maybe she wanted you. Not Rocky. You.
No, and I was like, why?
You said why?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And Rocky is under the table like this. I don't remember what her answer was.
She invited to your wedding?
Yes, she did go to my wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Her husband was in our wedding. Rocky kind of regrets putting him in the wedding because, but then he also says that it just goes to show that like, God will remove people from you. A quote that Rocky says to me, don't have anybody at your wedding that you wouldn't want in your marriage.
Huh.
So he was at our wedding, but Rocky was like, I don't want that person in my marriage because there was just other things in their relationship. Because like I said previously, he had a girlfriend and that girlfriend was telling the new girlfriend that he was still seeing her, whatever.
Drama.
They ended up not getting married on a Thursday. Why she changed it, I don't know. So like at this point, I was already done. She would text, I wouldn't reply. If she wanted to hang out, I wouldn't reply. I don't want to be around you.
Right.
But because Rocky worked with him and they still had to do officer
Okay.
things together, it was, awkward, he said, at work. And we never really talked about it until years later. And I do feel bad now that I look back that I, wasn't putting him first and kind of maybe trying to slowly still be, her friend, kind of, instead of just cutting
Cutting it
her
off.
off because it made things awkward.
Mhm.
December 2019, so 6 months later, we decided to move back.
Do you by chance see them on socials still?
No,
or-
they blocked me.
Oh.
They both took me off of everything.
Did y'all ever have a conversation with the guy by himself, or
Mm-mm.
kind of like?
I don't know if they ever
Yeah.
spoke about it, but I know that when they took me off of social media, they took him off of social media, and then but before they took us off of social media, they were sharing stuff, tagging each other,
Okay. Yeah, just
stuff talking about
sending
us.
stuff. Yeah.
And I was like, how old are we? A few months later, we moved. We just really haven't heard from them.
So one of my mentors, when I was first dating Jahari and stuff, obviously you have your disagreements and things, but she was very old school, but she was also like, even if you have your disagreements, you have to make sure obviously you're going to work for what you want and if you love them and stuff, but you can't really tell your friends and maybe your single friends how great your husband is or how great your relationship is, because there's always going to be one that's not rooting for you.
And now that I'm older, or now that we've been together longer, I don't share a lot about him to my friends. And I have mentioned that before with my very close friends, and I'll tell them, I'm like, there's a lot that I don't say or brag about Rocky that he does that you guys don't even know, because it's just, what for? Like, really, it's our relationship. And you're right. And I don't feel that about them, that they're like envious or anything, but just anyone around.
Yeah, I
in
mean, you
general.
never know.
And I'm not saying like, oh my God, Rocky's like the perfect person either, because he's
Actually,
not.
Jahari is. Let me tell you what he did today. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I get that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're with him, you love him, and
Yes.
he's great to you. And
Yes. From last I heard, they're still together. I just, I hope that they're thriving. I don't
yeah,
wish them any ill.
yeah, we'll pray about them.
Yeah. So with Jahari being brand new, he's 2 years in.
Yeah, about to be 3, I think.
Law enforcement world. Did you have to leave any friendship?
Yes and no. Not because of anything bad, but definitely because of his schedule.
Okay.
Because he's only been on day shift for literally a few months. But yeah, it's just hard, like our civilian friends, because at the time we did have more of that. So my friends are Jahari's spouses, friends. Does that make sense? So like his friends and their spouses and stuff. Like I have made a few friends on my own.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
But majority of the friends that I have were his best friend's girlfriend or wife or whatever. And we moved once we got married and all that in COVID. So that kind of changed. But unfortunately, we just don't have time. So we don't see those friends as often. And we still love them. We still try to hang out with them every now and then, whenever the kids have birthday parties. But it is hard because they're busy and then we're busy. And I think that. So I feel like our friendships, at least for me, is a little bit more easier with police wives, because especially if they're on the same shift. I think there are maybe friendships myself that I could make, but I maybe choose not to, because mom used to always tell me, what value does that person add to your life? And not for it to be taken the wrong way, because it's not like a gold digging or like wanting something, but you want people that are good, because you are who you hang out with. So I haven't had that type of wildness, but sometimes I'm just kind of like, there's nothing really going on in your life, and there's nothing really that you're doing to make it better. I think that sounds a little bit harsh, but So I think my friendships, it is based on like, okay, are you doing too much?
Hmm.
Because I don't want to be doing too much. And
The majority of my friends that I have are not police officer
Mhm.
wives, and I like it that way
Mhm.
because we don't have to talk about the
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Like, we
Yes.
we're friends with some of the girls that we met through school for the
Mhm.
kids, and I really
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
that friendship.
Now that we're older, you have your
Mhm.
different type of friend groups. Like we have
Yeah.
the kids, friends, moms that we met at school, and then you have your police officer wives friend group,
Mhm.
and then your
Yeah,
OG friends.
I have like church friends, the mom friends, police officer friends. And then I even have friends that are like older. I would consider my mentor,
Hmm.
my friend. I mean, I would consider her kind of like a mom,
Hmm.
but there's a different dynamic. I think friendship is very important,
Hmm.
and it is hard. It is hard to put yourself out there because
Yes.
sometimes you put yourself out there and you're just like, ooh, I know that girl
Yes.
didn't like me, or it did not go well. And it makes you
Yes.
feel bad. I think with me, I don't want to be rejected.
Mm.
I don't like that feeling.
Hmm.
And sometimes that makes me cautious of
How you approach.
how I approach friends. I think women are very good about getting the vibe right
yeah.
away. Like, okay,
Yes.
we're clicking,
Hmm.
we're not clicking, you hate me or I hate you.
Yeah.
But I think it is very important to put yourself out there
Yes.
because I love my man and everything, but it is important to have girl friendships and just girlhood because,
And yeah, and just getting to know other women.
Mhm.
They might be going through the same thing you're going through because that's kind of like similar to us when we first
Mhm.
started hanging out more and then kind of bringing up topics. And then I was like, oh, okay, you're like me.
I think when
We're the same.
I think when we first like actually hung out, just you and I, because we went to go eat
Yes.
with the kids,
And they
and
were
I
so
feel like
little.
yes, but I feel like our conversation was like, so what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm this. Well, let me tell you about what happened between. I feel like it was just so genuine.
And then the more we hang out, the more we realize that we
Mhm.
are kind of the same. We like some of the same things.
Mhm.
We don't like some of the same things that
Yeah.
goes on.
Like, I
Especially
mean,
at work.
sometimes when we hang out with the guys and then like they'll say something and then we'll say something at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like insane. I feel like this is the end of our episode. How do you feel about our
Yes.
second?
It was easier than the first episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I feel
as
like
nervous.
the first episode was a little bit more raw and filtered.
Yes. I wasn't as nervous, and we're gonna focus on staying on topic. So if we went off a little bit, it's just we're learning.
We're learning.
But let us know if you like us going off topic.
Yes.
Some
At the end
people
of the
might like
day,
that.
we want to talk about us, but also about just the community of Leo,
Mhm.
Leo wives.
Yes.
Am I saying that correct? Law enforcement
officer.
officer's wife. Right.
Yeah, Leo wives.
You can tell that I'm only 2 years into this lifestyle.
Well, I didn't even know what that was until
Mhm.
2-3 years ago when
Oh, okay.
I joined a Facebook group for
Okay.
police wives, and everybody was like,
Mhm.
Leo this, Leo that, Leo this. And I asked a question in the group chat, and I was like, what does Leo stand
Yeah.
for? And they were like, law enforcement officer. But let us know in the comments
Yeah.
what type of wife you are, if you're a
Yeah.
law enforcement wife.
If you have any
Watching?
stories of, maybe a
Crazy.
friendship turning sour,
Hmm. Or one that you became super
Yeah.
close with.
you have a beautiful
Um,
friendship because of your husband's job.
Yeah. Or are you the type of wife that's like, I don't even want to make any officer?
Yeah,
calls?
because then
There are
some people don't want that lifestyle.
And I respect that.
We would appreciate if you share us, like,
Yes.
and just talk to us. We want to continue to build this community
Mhm.
with y'all
Yeah.
and-
Comment any suggestions you guys have
or help
like us
with.
to go.
Maybe
Yeah.
just you can
To talk
DM
about.
us
Yes.
and we'll keep it anonymous.
Yes. I want to start doing that too. So hopefully in the future we
Mhm.
can start reading
Q&As.
questions. Yes.
But all right, we will see
Yes.
you in the next episode. I hope you have a great rest of your day
Yes.
or night